If you tried to launch a faceless AI YouTube channel today, there's a good chance it would get banned within a month. Not demonetized, banned. But these channels are still being built every single day. They're also getting monetized and pulling in real ad revenue. So what's the difference? It all comes down to one rule buried inside YouTube's inauthentic content policy that most people don't talk about. The channels that follow it are thriving. The ones that don't are disappearing. And the wild part is, the rule itself isn't even that strict. It's just that most creators don't know it exists, so they're breaking it without realizing. By the end of this video, we'll have walked through the exact workflow for building a faceless channel that stays on the right side of that rule, from start to finish. We'll be using Claude for the writing side, paired with Higgsfield, because it has every model we need to generate our visuals and voiceovers, all in one place. Let's get into it. The first mistake most people make is opening Higgsfield before they have a niche. They generate something cool, post it, get nothing, and quit. So before we touch any visual tool, the first step is to figure out what we're actually building. This is where Claude comes in. Inside Claude, we'll select Opus 4.7 as our model. It's the best writing model on the market right now, and it's also a serious research partner. We can hand it a category we're interested in, then ask it to break down the top performing channels and gaps in the market. In less than 5 minutes, we'll have a clear picture of where there's actually room to grow. For this step, let's use history vlogs as a real example. It's one of the fastest growing faceless niches right now. These types of channels are pulling in millions of views with no fixed face, no studio setup, and no expensive travel.
Welcome to the medieval startup scene. This is where businesses were born and where they died.
So once we validated the niche, the next step is the script. And this is where most AI-built channels fall apart, because YouTube is paying very close attention to what's being uploaded right now, which is why we need to break down the actual rule. YouTube updated their policies earlier this year, and the official line is clear. Mass-produced, repetitive, fully automated AI uploads get flagged for inauthentic content. That's what triggers demonetization, takedowns, and channel bans. But the same policy makes one important distinction. If we have a story to tell, and we're using AI to help us tell it, we're not breaking any rules. What separates the two is human creative input. So the workflow in step 2 isn't just a writing tip, it's a compliance strategy. First, we'll start with our outline. Just a few bullet points covering the hook, the main beats, and the conclusion. And that's our human creative layer. Then we'll head into Claude and feed it our outline to expand each beat into a full draft. This is where Opus 4.7 does what it does best, turning rough ideas into polished prose. Once we have the draft, we'll do a final pass ourselves. We can read it out loud, tweak lines that sound off, and add any personal touches that make the script feel natural and authentic. It's a small extra step, but it's the difference between a script that gets flagged and one that performs. We've now got a script that's research-backed, well-structured, and policy-safe. All that's left is finding our host, because here's where most people overcomplicate things. They think a faceless channel needs to actually be faceless, but the fastest-growing channels right now are using AI hosts, custom characters that show up in every video. They build recognition over time and turn a faceless channel into a brand, and the type of host we're going to build might be different from what you'd expect. See, the biggest visual problem with faceless AI right now is that it all looks identical. A wall of text, a stock image montage, or a robotic voice reading a Reddit thread. But the workflow we're building works no matter what the host looks like. It can be a person, it can be a stylized character, it can even be a kid's cartoon, which is the example we're going with for step 3. We'll be generating our character inside Higgsfield using Nano Banana Pro. Nano Banana Pro is the most capable image model on the platform right now, and it handles stylized character work better than anything else available. Now, Higgsfield does have an AI influencer studio that lets us pick from pre-made avatar templates, and if we're just getting started, that's a perfectly good option. But for the level of control we need, Nano Banana Pro is what I always come back to. We'll tell the model what the character is along with the art style we want. All prompts are linked in the description. Once the generation comes through, we'll have our hero character, and here's where it gets really useful. We can take the same character and drop it into any environment we want. The character stays consistent across every shot, which means we can build entire episodes from one generation. But there's one quick thing we need to handle before we move on. YouTube has a setting called the altered or synthetic content toggle. When we upload our final video, we need to check that box. That single toggle plus our human-led script are what keeps the channel fully monetizable. Now, with our character locked in, the only thing missing is a voice. And step 4 is where creators usually hit a wall with generic-sounding text-to-speech that ruins everything. So for the voiceover, we're using Higgsfield audio. The text-to-speech presets here are in a different league, and the voices actually carry emotion. Even the pacing doesn't sound like a robot reading a script. For our cartoon channel, we'll pick a warm and friendly voice that matches the energy of the character, then we'll paste our script in and let the model generate it.
Hi friends! Today, we're learning all about the planets in our solar system. There are 8 of them, and each one has its own incredible story.
A quick note on this step. Pure AI voiceover only becomes a problem when it's part of a fully automated pipeline. But because we wrote our own outline and did our own final pass on the script, our voiceover is part of a human-led workflow, so text-to-speech is completely safe to use here. By this point, we'll have a script, a character, and a voiceover. The next step is bringing them all together, and for that, we'll head into Lip Sync Studio. The workflow is simple. We upload our character generation as the avatar, drop in the voiceover audio, and let the model handle the rest.
Hi friends! Today, we're learning all about the planets in our solar system. There are 8 of them, and each one has its own incredible story.
And just like that, our cartoon host is alive. It's important to note that this step won't apply to every niche. If we're building something like a sleep history channel where the visuals are atmospheric scenes and the voiceover is doing all the work, we can skip the lip sync step entirely. But for any channel built around a host, this is the step that turns a static image into something viewers actually connect with. We're now sitting on a fully voiced, fully animated piece of content. But a talking avatar on its own isn't a video yet. We've still got to stitch everything together into something that flows. And the temptation here is to drop everything into an AI editor that promises to handle it for us. But that's the move that puts the channel right back in the danger zone. So for step 5, the fix is to do the edit ourselves using CapCut. It's free, intuitive, and gives us everything we need without overcomplicating things. This is where we'll add the human creative layer YouTube actually wants to see, like charts when we're explaining a stat, or reference images when we're talking about a specific event. These small additions are what tell YouTube and the viewer that there's a real person making real creative decisions on this channel. At this point, we'll have a finished video that's safe to upload, monetizable, and ready to go. But great content alone doesn't get the click. Something else has to do that. And it's not the script, the edit, or even the title. The thumbnail is the single biggest factor that determines whether anyone watches our video. But here's the part that works in our favor. YouTube's inauthentic content policy doesn't apply to thumbnails the same way it applies to video. We can generate the entire thumbnail with AI and we're completely fine. So step 6 is where we can let the model go all in. We'll be using Nano Banana Pro again, the same model we used for our cartoon avatar. The prompt should describe the character's expression and include the title text we want overlaid on the thumbnail. And there it is, a high contrast, scroll-stopping thumbnail that promises what actually pays off in the video. And that's the whole package. We used Claude to validate our niche and refine our script. We built our character using Nano Banana Pro, generated the voiceover with Higgsfield audio, and brought the character to life inside Lip Sync Studio. We then pulled everything into CapCut for the edit and wrapped it up with a scroll-stopping thumbnail. Now we know exactly how to launch a faceless YouTube channel that's monetizable from day one without risking a ban. The creators who use this workflow are the ones pulling in real ad revenue while everyone else is still trying to figure out why their videos keep getting flagged. But here's the thing, a monetizable channel is just the start. Because once we know how to generate this kind of content, we can also use the exact same workflow to generate professional AI ads. And Higgsfield has a tool built specifically for this called Marketing Studio. I broke the whole thing down in another video, and it covers the exact workflow for generating cinematic AI ads from a single product link in minutes. Click the video on screen now.